Hey everybody, this is Kenny here, chilling with Jeff Kenny C, and I'm joined with my guest at this time. She is a singer, songwriter who just recently just got back on tour, like so many artists are these days in the this ongoing pandemic. And she was in my neck of the woods last Friday, in Lexington, Kentucky, and she'll be back to the city twice in the next few weeks, actually. And I'm joined
Yes.
with Lyssa Coulter. She is joining me right now. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing real good. Thank you so much for wanting to do this interview. I'm giving your busy tour and all. I appreciate it.
Yeah. No problem. Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's start with the tour. You just got back on the road performing shows, and your first stop was my neck of the woods in Lexington. Um, First off, how did it feel just to get back to doing shows again?
Yeah, it felt really good to be able to finally get back out there and kind of just do my thing. I think I was very fortunate during COVID to be able to play like a few shows here and there, but it feels good to know that we have something consistent coming up. And it just felt good to be in front of a bar that had full capacity. So I think it went really well, and it's exciting just to be able to get back out there.
So I got a chance to see you on your first show, well, first show of this tour. And, the thing about me is I always go to music shows here and there. And it's always cool to see artists, visit the city and perform shows and I got to check you out, and I really like what I heard. You got some good songs. I like your cover of TLC's No Scrubs. I've never heard an acoustic version of No Scrubs. I didn't think anyone will even go there, but you did, and it sounded pretty cool.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a fun one to do. I always like throwing that one in there whenever I can. It's a fun one.
So, you're going to be pretty busy these next few weeks. Your next stop will be actually back at Jack's Sandbar and Grill. You'll be there this Friday, 7 to 10. So, if you missed her last week, you get a chance to see her again, and you can check out her website, LyssaCoulter.com. Why don't you let people know some of the cities that you will be headed to in the coming weeks and so?
Yeah, for sure. So this week, like you said, we are in Kentucky. Um, we are in going to be in Tabor, Iowa, on the 25th of this month, and then heading into July, June or July 9th, we're going to be in Newnan, Georgia, opening up for Corey Smith, which is always an honor. And then the 10th, we're in Athens, Georgia. We're back in Kentucky again on the 16th, and then I'm back in my homeland in Massachusetts in August. So that'll be a lot of fun. I'll be there for 2 weeks.
So this is going to be in Kentucky, Ohio, Iowa, Georgia, Illinois, and Massachusetts. So especially family and friends and loved ones in Massachusetts, definitely go check out your hometown hero and give her a nice homecoming of sorts. That's pretty awesome. I'm
Thank
joined
you.
I'm joined with Lyssa Coulter here. So how did you get started into music? How did it start off for you?
So I have been singing since I was really little. Like it was always a hobby. Throughout high school, it was always a hobby. And all of that. But when I turned 18 years old, I got actually put in with a vocal coach who had experience in kind of like artist development, not just vocal coach, not just being a vocal coach. So she showed me how to create my hobby of and love for singing into a business, into like a a running business where I can make money and play gigs, and get out there and put myself in front of people. So essentially that's kind of how I started. And my dad was in the music. I mean, he's been playing guitar since he was 8, but he was in the music business for like 10 years when he was in his 30s, and he managed a few bands, and so he's been helping me out a lot too. And essentially, that's kind of just how I fell into it.
So you have been, making strides, getting into music. Obviously, your first public appearance was on 101.7 The Bull Backyard Country Live, and then you went on to release your debut single, By My Side, and it was premiered on iHeartRadio and continued
Mm-hmm.
to air at some multiple stations. Talk about just getting to release that song, your debut single, to the platforms. How did you feel at the time, and how you feel you have evolved as an artist since?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's been really cool. I mean, just having the opportunity to be on radio in general. Radio is run by like record labels, so like essentially having the opportunity to even like be on a radio station is an honor. But I think just hearing myself for the first time on the radio was like so surreal because essentially like you look at labeled artists and they're on the radio stations, so to be able to kind of like be up there with my heroes is like really cool, and with my inspirations is really cool, and really awesome opportunity.
So, not only do I admire you as an artist, as a performer, a singer, songwriter, obviously, but I respect you as someone that's being a helping hand to the indie music community. For example, you have your own artist development company called Cloud9 Development, and it guides artists and it constantly changing and evolving industry. And your goal is to show artists that it's possible to chase your dreams no matter how big. So talk about just having this development company as far as just being a helping hand with artists like yourself that's indie, that's trying to get themselves out there. Talk about Cloud9 Development.
Yeah, so Cloud9 is a company that I started 2 years ago, and it just kind of became something that was like a part of my music career. I really didn't want to work for anyone else besides myself. I'm very particular like that. I have a hard time when it comes to like authority, like in my life, and so I was like, I think it would be good to have my own company and find another way to make money in the music industry. So essentially, I started my own company. After some people, were like, "Hey, like you're really good at what you do. Like you should sell this as services." And I was like, "Oh, okay, like sure." And so I kind of gave that a shot, and I ended up starting to take on some artists from Massachusetts, and then we expanded to some artists in Canada, and we had artists in Texas, kind of all over the map, which was really cool. And essentially my job is just to guide these artists into the industry and show them the potential that they have. A lot of times people in our lives, when we're first starting out in the industry, don't quite have an understanding or like well support of what this industry is. And a lot of parents, kind of they brush it off like, oh yeah, like that's a cool dream, but like you're gonna need a real job eventually. And my job is to show not just the artists, but like also their parents and their families that this is a real working industry where you can actually make money and actually follow your dreams. And I think it's a really important concept that not everyone knows. So essentially that's kind of my job with Cloud9.
That's definitely very important that you said that, because this music thing, it is a business. You're gonna go through ups and downs. You're gonna go through people that wants to give you, doubts that they're gonna make it or just, pursue it for the matter. Um, and it's very helpful to have a very strong circle of supporting people that's gonna be in your corner through the ups and downs, and seeing
Mm-hmm.
you with this artist development, and just being there for fellow artists, that's encouraging. And that's very inspiring as well, and it makes them want to succeed and makes them want to keep going. So it's very rare that an artist have their very own artist development. You're one of the few artists that I know that has that. So props to you for that.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's important. I think I've looked at my life and I realized how much my dad's super supportive of me and my mom's pretty supportive of me as well. But my dad is kind of been my guide in this industry, and I just like realized like how much that has helped me having a parent on my side in this industry, because not all the time do we have our parents on our side of our dreams. So I think it's important to have that, definitely.
So you got a couple songs out already for 2021. You have Along With You, and you have I Don't Wanna Know. Not only you have the studio version of both songs, but you have the acoustic version of both songs as well. And we'll start with Along With You first. Talk about writing that song, and what was your mindset as far as putting this song together?
Yeah, I actually didn't write that song. I actually had the honor of cutting that song. But it was written by some incredible writers, Emily, Allie, and Karen Kozowski. And I was presented the song, and my management consultant at the time had asked me, if I wanted to cut a song, and I was like, sure. And she had sent me some options, and I was listening through, and that one was the one I really related to. I'm 21 years old, or sorry, 23 years old, and I am in a point in my life where I'm like, I'm cool with being super independent. I'm a generally independent person, but having someone by my side, like sometimes is like super helpful, and just having someone there and just kind of doing your thing, in your early 20s was important. So when I heard that song, she messaged Emily and was like, hey, like, I have an artist who's interested in the song, and we got all the details figured out. So it's an honor to be able to cut those songs, because the writers on them are really great. They have some cuts on Mickey Guyton's EP Bridges. So it's really an honor to have the opportunity to cut a song from some really good songwriters.
And let's talk about your latest single, I Don't Wanna Know. Talk about that song.
Yeah, so that one was written by my friend Molly May, and she's a close friend of mine. Her writing has been like a really big inspiration for me since I started in the industry. She was kind of like there were a few people in my life who were kind of like inspired me to really start writing, and she was definitely one of them. But I had texted her last year during COVID, and I was like, listen, I have an idea for this song, like, would love to write it with you. And what ended up happening is she changed the concept around a little bit, and it ended up being kind of the song that I definitely would not have written, because I wasn't being vulnerably open with myself, and wasn't being open with myself regarding the emotions like going on within me. So she wrote the song and she sent it to me, and I was like, well, are you going to cut this? Because this is literally like, this is beautiful. This is exactly like, it's like she was in my brain and wrote my emotions for the song. And she was like, I think I might cut it. And then a few weeks later, she texted me, was like, I'm not going to cut it. It's not part of what I'm doing right now. Like, would you want to cut it? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And it really just goes to the story of, like after a breakup, like what goes on in someone's head when, you see the guy that you're with another girl. And it just goes to that, and how it just doesn't feel so hot, and that it hurts. But at the same time, like, the message of putting that out was like, it's okay to hurt, and it's okay to be heartbroken, and we are going to be heartbroken in life. So it was just an opportunity for me to be vulnerable with my fans.
And that's one of the things I like about music artists, regardless of the genres, because you get to see all sides of the artist. You can see the happy side, you hear the sad side, you definitely hear some vulnerability, whether it's based on their experience or someone else's experiences. And it shows in the music, and it definitely shows when you get to see these songs perform in front of the audience, which is something that so many independent artists has been anxiously awaiting to do, and some have already got to perform now, and now with this country opening back up a lot more and restrictions being lifted a lot more, 2021 definitely feels a lot more encouraging than last year. So just the fact that artists get to perform in front of fans, in front of an audience, again, rather than just through, Facebook Live or Instagram, that's something special. So, everybody go check out Lyssa Coulter. She is on tour. Her next stop is this Friday, Jack's Sandbar and Grill, and that is from 7 to 10. So if you missed her last week, you get the chance to see her again, and she'll be back on July 16th, also at Jack's Sandbar and Grill. I've gotten a chance to eat their food for the first time because of your appearance, and the food is pretty good. So I'm just saying, like, you enjoy the food and you enjoy some live music for free. Well, the music is free, but you still gotta pay for the food. I'm just saying. But trust me, the food itself is worth it. So check out her website at LyssaCoulter.com. That's LYSSACOULTER. Of course, all the links will be in the description in this interview, and you can check her out. Check out the songs, check out the shows in your area. Show your support to these artists, especially with them getting back on the road and performing again. Lyssa, it is a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much for your time. I also want to thank you for the shirt that I'm about to receive in the mail eventually. So I will be wearing that shirt probably for July 16th. I don't know if you sent it or not, but I'm gonna definitely wear it on July 16th for sure.
Awesome. I definitely look forward to seeing you then.
All right. Well, everybody go check out Lyssa Coulter and go check out her music. This is Kenny Cummings signing off. Chilling with Jeffrey Kenny C is on Thursdays and Saturdays, 8 to 9 p.m. on tmvcafe.com. You all enjoy the rest of your day.